Hello. In this video, I'm going to discuss the 35 films that were released in 2025 that I have watched, and just going to somewhat rank them. Sometimes the ranking's not all that important. They might move a few places, and they're not too important if they're the bottom 5 films that I really disliked and stuff in the middle. But there's some films that I'm really excited about, and I will get to the ones that are like my top ones that I'll celebrate. So yeah, let's get right to it. So at 35, really disappointed in this because I was really excited for the physical media release, and that's Sisu, Road to Revenge. Now, a couple years ago when Sisu, the original, came out, it was a blast. It was so surprising. Just a lot of fun, a lot of all-out action, bombastic action, a lot of explosions, a lot of gnarly action scenes, not much dialogue. And it really hit the spot. I've watched it a few times since then, and I thought the sequel would follow on to that. Seeing as how great the first one was, I thought they would just extend that. But no, this one is just all-out violence for the sake of it. No story. Really disappointing. At 35, Adulthood, equally disappointing, but a little bit less so. This was a blind watch. Found it online. And it had Kaya Scodelario from Skins fame, who is now in the Gentleman series on Netflix. And I've watched a lot of her film work, and I thought, yeah, I'll go for it. It could be dark humor based on the synopsis of the film. It didn't really hit the spot. Moments of enjoyment, but yeah, really not where I thought it would go with the plot. 33, Freaky Earth Friday. Love the original. Was excited for the excitement. I was excited based on the IP and who's coming back, but I wasn't excited based on the track record of Disney and these legacy sort of sequels that come out. And yeah, it was really disappointing. 32, The Woman in Cabin 10. Again, great actress in this film, but it just didn't really hit the spot on the sort of murder mystery for me. 31, Happy Gilmore 2. Again, a sequel, a legacy sequel, whereas the original came out decades ago. Did they need to do it? Of course not. I did have moments of laughter and enjoyment, but overall didn't hit the spot. At 30, we have Bank of Dave, The Lone Ranger. The lone part being Loan. Hitting on the fact that he's running the bank and stuff, which is probably the quirkiest part of the whole film. Actually, I really like the title, the way they've done that. But film itself, again, love the original. Came out a few years ago. Second one just didn't have the same magic. At 29, we have The Toxic Avenger. I was really excited for this one because I've watched a lot of the films that were made by the studio back in the 80s who made the Toxic Avenger films and whatnot. And they were just cheesy 80s films. And I was really excited. I was listening to all the things that were coming out about the Toxic Avenger, the struggle to get it actually released, the cosmetic sort of pictures we were seeing about the makeup department. But yeah, it just didn't do it for me. 28, The Wrong Paris. This is a film that's on streaming. Fun film. Yeah, really fun. Again, an actress that I've been following for a while. At 27, we have Heart Eyes, a recent slasher film. Pretty fun. At 26, we have Death of a Unicorn. Great cast. I've really liked Death of a Unicorn. Yeah, it's sort of murder mayhem slasher. Yeah, it works for me. I wouldn't like to see it anytime soon, but I would watch it again sometime in the future to see what I thought of it. But yeah, one and only watch. It was enjoyable. A different kind of film, Death of a Unicorn. Certainly by the title. Sometimes titles can be misleading, and the title is pretty accurate, and it goes into some really quirky places. Next up at 25, we have Relay. Really excited for this film. Again, an actor, Riz Ahmed, that I've been following for a while. I think he's tremendous. Again, his female partner, co-lead in the film, she's great. Yeah, really enjoyed Re-Day. One that might not necessarily expect what's going to happen next, which is always rewarding, right? 24 The Roses. This is a remake of a film that came out a couple decades ago that I actually really want to see. I've watched the trailer and it looks just hilarious. Really want to see it. This remake, yeah, I mean, a cast that I know very well, the two leads. And we all know, likes of Benedict Cumberbatch. Yeah, I mean, I even though I haven't seen it, so it's unjust. I do think I'll prefer the original because it looks more hilarious. But yeah, I liked what they did in The Roses. At 23, we have Den of Thieves 2, Pantera, another sequel. A lot of sequels already on this list. I love the Den of Thieves films. I love the cast. Love what they do in those films, and I was really excited to see this on streaming. It's actually out now on physical media, so that's great. Yeah, I enjoyed Den of Thieves. I like what they're doing with those films. At 22, we have The Thursday Murder Club. Really excited to see this. I love murder mysteries. Tremendous cast. Really fun film. I hope that they can, Netflix, I believe it's Netflix, can make this into a sort of a franchise, because why not, right? They've done really well in The Thursday Murder Club. At 21, we have Steve. This is like the most powerful, impactful, dramatic film on this list so far. Tremendous. One of my favourite actors working today is the lead in this film. Steve is an important film. It hits on a topic that is important and has been used before. It needs to be spoken about more in our real society. However, the angle it goes for is not necessarily on the children in this this sort of environment. It's on like these vulnerable children in this environment. It's more about on the teachers and how they're dealing with their careers in this sort of tense, pressurized workspace. At 20, we have Mission Impossible: The Final Reckoning. Yeah, there's so many of these films, and some of them are tremendous, like especially as they get later on. Like, a lot of times, franchises fall off, but this is just, Tom Cruise is just up in the levels of what he does stunt wise. I mean, this last one, just a step too far of like, I did like the one previously. I don't know, with the passing of time, I have only seen this film once. It is a long film. They are rewatchable for me, so I'm a little bit mixed, but I remember enjoying it for the most part in the cinema, let's say that. At 19, A Complete Unknown. This is like the first 2025 film I would have seen. It would have, in the UK, would have been released in January, I guess. Again, one of the best actors working today. It's like a biopic on a musician. I remember really enjoying it, yeah. Having a good time. At 18, we have The Smashing Machine. Again, a biopic on a former UFC fighter. Again, it went at an angle of not that angles that have been shown in films before of just like a biopic about a fighter. This goes at like the relationship between him and his partner, his girlfriend, wife. I'm not sure if they're married. Yeah, Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson goes at this. He completely transforms into him, which is remarkable. And yeah, I mean, I want to say it was enjoyable, but it was a bit intense, but not in like their relationship really gets in the way of the film, and they really pick that apart. And I mean, I have seen the documentary that this film is based on. If you can go and find that, it's the same title as this, A Smashing Machine. So they are accurate to what was going on in his life. It's a bit of a hard watch, I'll say that, but it's worthwhile. Not hard because it's bad, it's hard because it's quite emotional. Next up at 17, we have Predator, Killer of Killers. A first animated film on the list. Really great. This splits the Predator stories. The Predator being, the famous Predator from Predator and versus Aliens. It splits the film into I believe it's three different stories of different times where humans have fought the Predator in different evolutions of humans. Really great. The samurai stuff, all of it, the war stuff, the Viking, and then it culminates in this sort of I think, yeah, sort of fourth segment of the film. Brilliant stuff from the Predator. At 16, we have Ballerina. I love the John Wick franchise. I love the lead female actress in this film. So it was gonna be really disappointing if I didn't like this film, and I'm so glad I did. That's Ballerina. 15, we have Warfare. Yeah, really surprising. I was quite gripped when I saw the trailers for this film. Warfare is sort of like getting like in your face of like being in a war in like a modern day war with like, you know, modern day warfare and guns, and really intense, really worth the watch. Warfare. 14 is Wake Up Dead Man from the Glass Onion universe franchise. Wake Up Dead Man's really good, great murder mystery. 13, we have Superman. Really enjoyed Superman. Yeah, it's a great return for Superman. Didn't know what to think because I didn't really know who the lead actor was. Didn't know where DC would go forward with this, with James Gunn at the helm. But yeah, Superman was really enjoyable. 12, The Long Walk. Tremendous film. I mean, it's based on a Stephen King book. The actors really just done a tremendous job of making it so believable. What an arduous and grueling plot for a film, where these lads have to sort of just walk until one is still standing after everyone drops dead, after just walking for miles in America, in this sort of like dystopian America, where they're challenged to, a bit like the Hunger Games, they're challenged to sort of do so to make money for their families that are just in like dire situations. Really important film. At 11, The Monkey. Yeah, The Monkey's really fun. Didn't know if I would like it. It is the sort of like films I'm into, but I just didn't know if it would be too, don't know what the words are, but like, yeah, I mean, I had a tremendous time from it. Again, that the lead actor in there is Kaya Scodelario's co-lead in The Gentleman on Netflix. Yeah, The Monkey is terrific. One of my favorite jaunts of 2025. At 10 is Frankenstein from Netflix. Amazing. I mean, anything to do with Frankenstein, I'm going to check out and see how they adapt Mary Shelley's book. Frankenstein was yeah, what a watch. I've switched and the angles are all crazy on my hand. I'm sorry. Number 9, we have Sinners. Sinners was, yeah, a vampire film set maybe, you know, in the past, not too distant past. Again, someone who has a connection to Kaya Scodelario from her days on Skins. He's plays one of the villains here. Tremendous cast, tremendous plot, tremendous everything. Sinners is definitely worth a watch for all moviegoers. You know, even, you know, people that are not fanatics. You know, if you're looking for a film on the weekend, or, you know, check Sinners out. Great stuff. Number 8, Greedy People. Greedy People was something that I was attracted to because of the cast. And I read the synopsis and I was like, yeah, let's check that out on streaming. And I was so glad I did, because Greedy People is really fun. It's about these two cops in a small town. Something goes wrong with like a police incident where they're called to an address because of maybe a robbery or something's going on. They get mixed up in whatever's happened there, and then they have to take that secret for the rest of the film and what they do with that. And it's how people turn on people and lies, and you know, Greedy People is really fun, really good. At 7, All the Devils Are Here. British film, intense, about a bunch of criminals that do one last final heist, or I say one last final heist, they're doing a heist, they're doing like a bank job. They go to hide out somewhere, they're being told to wait for further instructions, and they're just left in this place of this limbo. Feverishly, it's fever pitched, it's intense, it's what these criminals are going to do to each other when stuck in a confined space, both youngsters, veterans, rogues. All the Devils Are Here is a must watch for everyone. At number 6, The Naked Gun. Love the original Naked Gun. I've got the whole franchise on physical media now, actually. I'd like to watch like the sequels, see how silly they are. But The Naked Gun, I think it is tremendous. It's so smart. It's so gag-filled and so ridiculous, but I really think a lot of it is so smart, the way they set up these ridiculous, silly jokes. Yeah, amazing, amazing. Number 5. Yeah, I guess number 5 is Caught Stealing. When Caught Stealing was about to be released, I was so excited for it to come out. Love the cast. Even Action Bronson from New York is in this film doing a little cameo. Yeah, I mean, Caught Stealing is just like, it's I do believe, if I'm not gonna, it's the dude from Caught Stealing is the guy that made Requiem for a Dream back in the day, and a couple other really hard hitting films. Caught Stealing is like bringing it back to the 90s, you know, set in the 90s, sort of like something's been stolen by some like gangsters, it has to be retrieved. Our main characters are constantly on the run, having to evade these guys and fight back. Yeah, it's Austin Butler who is the lead, so I mean, yeah, he's in some great things at the minute. Caught Stealing is really fun. 4, The Phoenician Scheme. I mean, I love like most films from this director, and The Phoenician Scheme is actually a return to form, because like the last, the one about the aliens, I forget the name of it, something city, Asteroid City. I did enjoy that, but I didn't enjoy so much the one before that, about the newspaper. That was one where I was like, ooh, I'm not in love with that one. But then Asteroid City I liked more and more, and now The Phoenician Scheme is like a return to like absolute glory days. The Phoenician Scheme is so fun, really worth a watch, like light-hearted entertainment for everyone. 3, we have Final Destination Bloodlines. Again, another sequel. Bloodlines is so much fun. It's tremendous. It's again a return to form. This is like the height of like this is up there with like the best of the franchise for Final Destination. Like the kills in this are so good. Second, we have Eddington. Again, not something I knew too much about, but I had to watch it because of the director. I follow all of his films. He's a tremendous director, and Eddington it really caught my eye for the sort of, it was talking about the lockdowns that were happening, so it's sort of set in those times in America. And what they do with it is just really, really, really good. Great cast. How the two leads have their differing opinions, and they go at each other in more and more intense, cataclysmic ways is really good. Eddington, I would recommend wholeheartedly. Of course, I mean what I'm talking about now is like my favourites, you know. And then at number 1 is Weapons. Weapons, again, I didn't know anything going into it really. I'd avoided trailers because I tend to avoid trailers for horror films. They give away too much nowadays. Yeah, Weapons is by far my favourite film of 2025. I compare it a lot to, unfairly, I was hesitant to watch it, in fact, even though I was excited for a film that burned me. I think the previous year was Longlegs. When Longlegs came out, I was so amped up for it, and I was disappointed. And I thought Weapons would fall into that again because it was like highly touted. And no, Weapons like hits it out of the park. It's must watch. And I hear they're doing a prequel called Weapon. So I'll keep my eyes out for that. Yes, that's my ranking of 2025. Thank you.